All right, baby, that's what I'm talking about. We have not seen one of these types of wins for I don't know, all season long, really. Maybe you can find one, but it's been a while. Raptors beat the Brooklyn Nets 120-87. They just crushed them. I mean, it's just a joke. You win by 33, and you just pound them left, right, and center. Now, the story coming into this game. DeMarre Carroll, first game back facing the Raptors after that crazy controversy after he got traded. Now, that whole deal, all the comments he made after he got traded, everyone, including myself, is like, this guy is going to get booed the snot of when he steps on the court tonight because he's obviously going to be in the starting lineup, so he's just going to get booed like crazy. What about half an hour before tip-off? We got a report. Oh, DeMarre Carroll will not play for rest. What a pansy! I'm sorry. We trade you, or don't. I don't, but like the Raptors organization trades you because you were awful and had a lot of money involved in you. You make some stupid, snarky remarks. And then your first game back against your former team in the Air Canada Centre, you sit for rest? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but if I was a player that made those comments and I felt the same way DeMarre Carroll did, wouldn't I want to go out there and light the team up? But instead, he sits on the bench and watches DeMar DeRozan, the guy he'd guard, absolutely light the show up. It's hilarious. It's sickening, but it's pansy garbage. By the way, the Raptors absolutely destroy the Brooklyn Nets. And that tells me right there, he's not playing for the Brooklyn Nets. He's playing for DeMarre Carroll. You go out there, well, you might limit DeMar DeRozan a little bit and give your team a little bit more of an offensive edge. But instead, you're on the bench, you're like, I don't feel like playing this one. And your team gets lit up. It's not a team player. Oh, wait, what did he say about the Raptors? Oh, they didn't trust each other and they weren't really the team players. Right. Keep your mouth shut next time. Or play and let the consequences happen. But it's funny. It's great. You know why? Because the Raptors lit him up. Now, where do I start? I mean, I know it took me a while, but I had to rant a little bit there because it's hilarious. It's classic. Now, first off, Kyle Lowry comes into this game not shooting the ball all that well. And, it's down a little bit. However, Kyle Lowry in this game only scored 10 points. He did knock down a couple shots. And he was what? He was only 4 of 9 shooting, so he only took 9 shots. And he was 2 of 5 from 3. Not all that bad. However, we have talked all year long that Kyle Lowry has found ways to help this team in every other aspect. You know why? He gets a triple-double, baby. His 11th career triple-double. 10 rebounds, 12 assists, 4 steals. I mean, Kyle Lowry was fantastic. The guy's a workhorse. No matter what his age is, he's a workhorse. And the Serge Ibaka surge continues. 18 points, 8 rebounds in this game, 8 of 15 shooting, 2 of 4 from 3. He was great once again, knocking down the shots he needs to get, and he did a great job out there. JV, 14 points. You know why? They're feeding him the ball. He only played 22 minutes, but OG only played 22 minutes. You look at Serge, only 28 minutes. Why? Because your team was murdering the DeMarre Carroll-less Brooklyn Nets. So why do you need to play your starters for a ridiculous amount of time? You don't. You look at the guys that don't play a whole lot. You saw Alfonso McKinney and Lorenzo Brown get some time. Fred VanVleet, DeLon Wright. Back in this game, when I saw him out there, I'm like, oh, I thought he was questionable for today. But he's in, and he played well in his 16 minutes of work, 7 points, a couple dimes, and obviously the alley-oop to Pascal Siakam, of course. And, just great to see him out there again. The second unit, this was big. I really liked this game today because it started out hot. The starting unit fantastic. Before I go on about the each quarters and how it all went, DeMar DeRozan in 29 minutes, because he only played 29, 31 points on ridiculous shooting, 14 of 19 for 73%. I mean, he knocked down 1 of 2 from 3, only got to the line 4 times, knocked down 2 of them, and he was great. Very efficient, very solid. He was fantastic. Now, let's break this game down a little bit here. It started off nice. First quarter, Raptors come out hot, and they got a 30-20 lead after the first quarter. That's great. Second quarter rolls around, the second unit starts, and then you look at it and say, okay, let's see what the second unit can do. They fall through, they fall flat in their face, and they can't do anything. At one point, I think Raptors down 4, and it was just, they were lost. Then the starting unit comes back out, and they line up the show, and the Raptors end up winning that quarter 28-24 and are up 14 at the half. So now that you got that decent lead, you got to come out and staple that third quarter down. What did the Raptors do in this game? They stapled that third quarter down 33-20 in that quarter. I mean, they were dynamite. The offense was rolling. The starters got cooking. And you only gave up 20 points. The defense was fantastic. JV did a fantastic job. So, I mean, you know what? I'm not going to go certain people because the whole team did a fantastic job on the defensive end today, other than the second unit in that second quarter. However, once the Raptors got that very big lead, I think it was, 20 plus at some point. They're like, all right, Kyle, DeMar, take a seat. Don't you worry about it. And then the second unit adds on to the lead because they had a big lead, not really much pressure, and they found their mojo. Most of that fourth quarter was the bench. And they won the quarter 29-23. Now, the big question for this bench, they don't have that prolific scorer. You have CJ Miles, didn't play in this game. I think it was a shoulder injury, and you know what? He's a straight shooter, so that okay, fine. And you're playing the Brooklyn Nets, the DeMar Carroll-less Brooklyn Nets, may I add once again. So, okay, fine. It may even be a maintenance day, whatever. Let it happen. And they needed to find ways to score. They couldn't do that in that second quarter, and they couldn't really stop anybody. But they found ways to score in that fourth quarter. They found some mojo, and they really got it going. And like I said, you look at the bench and how they finished. Jakob Poeltl, 11 points, 5 boards. Powell, great to see him get some points in this game. And 5 of 7 shooting. I mean, he was 1 of 1 from 3, 11 points, 4 boards, 3 dimes. He looked great, and that's so good to see. See him get that confidence back. And that's really, really key. Siakam, 6 points, 6 rebounds. One thing I got to say about Pascal, stop shooting the 3. I mean, work on it in practice. Shoot maybe 1 or 2, in the games. But he shot 5. And he wasn't really even close on any of them. That's just the one thing I got to say about Pascal. His free throw shooting, same deal. But that, again, he's a young guy. He's going to work on that kind of stuff. Like I said, DeLon Wright, great. Fred VanVleet in his limited work, 7 points, 3 of 5 shooting. I mean, what else can we say about that? And just the team overall, they did, this is kind of like, if you go from quarter to quarter, this is one of the most perfect games we've seen from the Raptors this year. Other than that little blunder at the beginning of the second quarter, the Raptors dominated 100%. Let's roll through the team stats real quick, just really quickly, because I want to just explain to you guys how good this team was today. You were shooting 56%. They only shot 42%. But the key to that, you shot 21 more shots. You know why? The active defense, they caught... The Raptors only had 8 turnovers in this game. You're protecting the basketball, smart passes, smart plays, and no hero passes or anything. Great job. You know why you got so many extra shots? 22 turnovers for the Brooklyn Nets. Raptors' hands were all up in the business. 11 steals as well. 5 blocks to their 1 block. 4. We had 11 steals. They only had the 4. We had 27 assists. The magic number of 20 continues again. And just everything today for the Raptors just really came through. And I can't forget to mention the left-handed alley-oop dunk from DeMar DeRozan, baby. Kyle serves it up. DeMar's like, I'm going to go right-handed. Oh, God, no, I can't do it. Left hand, let that rim have it. Fires up the crowd. Fires me up. And that's when the mojo started kicking. Beautiful. This is a game, the Raptors come off the road trip, kind of grinding out each and every game, and you come home to face a team that has had a surprisingly all right season. However, D'Angelo Russell, Jeremy Lin not playing for the Brooklyn Nets because of injury, obviously. So this was a game you had to kind of do what you did here. And the Raptors got the job done. They did a great job, a 33-point victory. You were able to play your starters at minimum, and your bench guys found some mojo late in the game. Maybe they can transition that into the next game. Speaking of that next game, Raptors take on the Sacramento Kings. 3:30 tip-off on Sunday. That video will be out later. Most Sunday games, guys, I'm just going to let you guys know right now, most Sunday games will be uploaded late, kind of like this time, maybe even later. But they will get uploaded to you guys. The Raptors look to win their third straight game. They've won 2 in a row now. They looked fantastic today. They're at home, obviously, against Sacramento. And we obviously won our last game in Sacramento. And you look to get this 2-game series sweep over the Sacramento Kings. All right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this video and you guys enjoyed this game, because boy, oh boy, it was fantastic. If I missed any big moments, let me know in the comments. I just thought the team overall worked so hard. I could be here for 20 minutes talking about this game. Got to cut it short a little bit, though. The work by this team, let me know. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below. Guys, who's your player of the game? I mean, you could say Kyle with the triple-double. Always a tough thing to do, but he worked his rear end off and got it done. DeMar had 31 on fantastic shooting. Serge was great. I mean, let me know, who is your player of the game in this one? I have no idea who I'd choose for mine. But let me know what you guys think. And we'll talk to you guys very shortly, Leafs Edition, as they can't score. They're losing 3-1 to Detroit right now. It's pretty much over. And we'll talk to you guys, Raptors Edition, like I said, Sunday nights as Sunday afternoon technically, but we'll talk to you guys Sunday night as Raps look for their third straight win. 3:30 tip-off at the Air Canada Centre. Sacramento Kings, Toronto Raptors. Let's play like we did today. Low stressful game. Get the dub. Move on. All right, so we'll talk to you guys then, hoping for our third straight win.